Hi everyone, and thank you for joining Miss B's Corner today. I'm hoping that you've had a great week, you're having a wonderful day, and I hope you have good plans for the weekend. Okay, so in today's video, what we're going to discuss, we have 4 different areas that we're going to discuss based on a lot of the budget proposals and things that are going on. We're going to talk about HUD. We're going to talk about Social Security office closings. We're going to talk a little bit about SNAP and a little bit about the Social Security Fairness Act. So we'll see where we are, but those are the 4 things that we're going to try and cover today. Now remember that all of these things are just proposals. No budget has been planned. The House budget and the Senate budgets are worlds apart. So all these are proposals. The reason why I think most creators are going over these is because eventually some of these are going to come true. So it's best to be prepared and not, instead of being just left in the dark. And then later on you find out, oh, wow, my Social Security, something is going to be cut and, I'll have to try to make do. So it's time to start now trying to make some type of changes because we know changes are going to come and kind of how some of them are going to come. First of all, as we know, part of the budget plan and the DOGE mission is to find cuts and so that we can give this $4.5 trillion in tax cuts to our most wealthiest people. So we're trying to find this money. It's about FWA, which I consider fraud, waste, and abuse, but I don't know that that's all it's about. I think part of it is, and I know part of it is to make sure that we find the money to be able to do those cuts, but also we're also talking about raising the debt ceiling in order to get all this done. So it's not just about fraud, waste, and abuse. It's about something else. Okay, so we got that I got that out of my system. Yes. Okay, so under HUD, there are no specific plans as far as that I've seen of where the cuts are going to come from or where the increases are going to come from in the budget. So far, the House has said that they want to go with $2.3 billion in cuts from HUD, and the Senate has says that they want $8.2 billion increase. So they are kind of far apart in what they're proposing. And also, even with the increase with the Senate's proposed increase, there will still be an $800 million shortfall for the cost of paying out the current voucher renewals that will come up, soon. So that will leave us in a place where we know that there's going to have to be something at least to cover or try and cover those voucher renewals, or there's a lot of people that will be no longer on that system, that will no longer get a voucher, and that's going to cause some hardships. And there are a lot of seniors who also depend on housing assistance in order to pay their rents. A lot of them that are living in senior homes, they are depending on HUD to assist with their rents as well. So we don't know where the cuts are going to come from, but it's going to come from someplace. Okay, so next we have SNAP. And SNAP also is an area where there's a lot of proposals for changes, lots of cuts. So they also have In the agricultural budget, they were told to find $2.3 billion in savings. And SNAP takes up 71% of the agriculture budget. So, of course, they will look at SNAP and make sure that most of the cuts are going to come from there. And I'm sorry if I keep looking up, down. It's just that I have notes, so I want to make sure I'm not just misquoting anything or missaying anything. So that $2.3 billion in savings is what they're looking for. And of course, again, these are proposals. These are not set in stone. One thing that I've heard that they want to do is roll back what they call the Thrifty Food Program, which was a boost that was given to everyone who received SNAP benefits during the pandemic. And supposedly, if they cut that particular one program alone, that would save about $250 billion, which will cover those savings. So there are people who received extra benefits, and they've been receiving them for some time. So cutting that particular benefit, that program would actually save a little money as far as, under SNAP. And then there wouldn't have to be such drastic cuts every place else. And of course, still, even cutting that will also cause some hardships, but not as many hardships as taking a lot of people off of the program. And again, seniors receive SNAP and to help with their food bills and everything else, especially, lower income seniors. So this is why I put this in our videos, is because these are programs that help seniors also, and the federal programs. Our other area, and this is not a decrease, it is actually an increase. And some of you may be affected by this. There are about 3 million people who, under the Social Security Fairness Act, which passed and it's waiting for the president's signature, those people will get a boost in their retirement check. So there's a group of people who you could say some of their jobs, and just to give an example, you were a teacher for part of your career and you worked someplace else for the other part. But you were a teacher. Under your teachers union, you did not pay Social Security tax. You didn't pay FICA. Your FICA amount went to pension. But then you did have other jobs where you were paying FICA. And what the government did was they based your retirement benefit only on the amount of money that you paid into the system. And I'm going to get it wrong, but they kind of miscalculated all of those people's FICA. They miscalculated all those people's retirement benefits. So last year they said they've been fighting over it for the last 20 some odd years, and it's finally gotten through. So those people will get a boost to their current disability, their current retirement benefit. So it will take into the account what would have been paid also to your pension, as well as far as being your total income and not just partial income from one of those jobs. So right now they're waiting for it to be signed again. It will go retroactive back to January 2024. And we're not sure exactly when it will be released, when the money will start coming in. But so far, that is a win for some of the seniors who that affects. It's not everybody. Everybody won't be getting an increase in their benefits check. Only a small portion of people. They're calling it the windfall. It's called the windfall tax or something to that nature. So it doesn't include everyone. As a part of that, also that deal, when they did that, when they finally passed that, they also tried to raise the retirement age to 70. That did not pass. So thank God that didn't pass, especially for people now. So they're not, we haven't, last time, I forget, it was in the 80s when they raised it from 65 to step it into 67. So they're trying to go all the way to 70. And right now it hasn't passed. And also they said there's another proposal out by a Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, and he's going to introduce a bill to privatize Social Security. So that's another thing that we have to kind of fight and look forward to and see what's going on with that and where we are. Okay, and last but not least is the Social Security office closings. So under the DOGE program, 10 Social Security offices will be closed. This has already been decided, and they've already sent the notices that either don't renew the lease or we're getting out of those leases. So these 10 will definitely be closed. This is Batesville, Arkansas, Carlsbad, California, Okemos, I got it, Okemos, Michigan, Las Vegas, Nevada, White Plains, New York, Roanoke, Virginia, Columbus, Ohio, Nacogdoches, Texas, Logan, West Virginia, and Green Bay, Wisconsin. Those 10 offices will definitely be closed. There are another 34, because that's minus that 10. So there are another 34 on the list that will either be closed or realigned. I didn't take down, exactly how many in each state, but it kind of covers almost every state that there will be, they will combine offices, which will make it harder for people who have to have in-person meetings, or it will eliminate a lot of the in-person meetings. So that is to say that, so if you are somebody who's not very good, with technology, and you prefer to go in and sit down with someone, you're going to have to now go and set up an appointment. And you may, if you're too far from one of the offices that are open, you will have to go have a video meeting. Everything will be done via video. So any hearings or anything like that you have to do, that they're going to be on video. If you have to have just a regular meeting, I think that may be done on the phone. There still will be in-person hearings and information, but they're trying to push everything out as far as to be not in person. So a lot of, like, now there's FAQs that you can listen to that may be able to answer your question, and you may not have to speak to a person. So, and then they're putting a lot of different things on the website. There's a lot of FAQs on the website. So if you do not have a Social Security account, please go and get one. It is ssa.gov, ssa.gov. Go in, create your account, because that is the place where you can go and find information that you need. You'll be able to go in and make an appointment to sit down with someone if you have some questions about anything. And also, there's also a telephone number that you can call. It is open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. your local time. The telephone number is 1-800-772-1217. That is 1-800-772-1217. Again, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. your local time. You can call. More than likely, you're either going to get a phone tree for FAQs, or you'll get an option to be able to make an appointment for someone, to speak to someone, but you may not be able to get a live person on the phone, because there are going to be cuts. They're talking cutting half of the staff of the Social Security Administration. So, and I haven't seen the proposal from Doge as far as, what level of employees that they plan on cutting. Are they cutting high, upper management, middle management, just lower workers? We don't know. So hopefully they'll keep a lot of the people that actually do some of the work and answer some of the phones. But sometimes your middle management is where you make your cuts at, and I don't know the makeup of the Social Security Department, but I've known in corporate America, a lot of times what they do is they cut middle management first. And then, because the people below middle management, those are the people who actually do the work. They are the face. Everyone else, middle management, you might be able to do without some of the people to manage some of the people sometimes. And that's just how it works. So those are the things that I come across so far. Again, I like to make sure that I go and look at the information, read it for myself, and then come back and I'll give it to you. And remember, all of these are proposals. These are not set in stone yet. We don't know the exact what is going to pass in the bills. We don't know what's going to even be the final numbers. We have no idea what those things are just yet. But we do know that this is the framework that they're working with. So between the House and the Senate, they will have to come up with, what they're going to do. So it's going to be a lot of negotiations. It seems like they're both pretty far away from one wants a bunch of cuts and one wants some increases in places. So we'll see where it all lands out. But I'll keep you updated, and we'll just keep going through this. And I understand we say, President Trump says that he's not going to cut this. He may not cut Social Security in the fact that he may not cut your check, but they will be cutting staffing, and they will be closing offices. So to me, that is a cut. Take it as you may. They won't touch your check. But in other ways, your check may be impacted because you may have less spending power if you get HUD, if you get SNAP. So just be aware of that. That's why I'm trying to package all this into one, because it basically is. If you're getting Medicaid, SNAP, HUD, and you get a Social Security check, those things are vital to you, and you may be impacted in a way that you didn't expect. But that's why I wanted to give it to you as a package, and I'll keep trying to give it to you as a package so that you understand that this is what we're looking at, and maybe you can start to make adjustments in your life that will counteract some of this. Okay, well, thank you all for, if you stayed this long, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And a lot of people drop off soon, to drop off early and things like that. But I hope you stayed a little longer. If you're still here, I thank you for watching the full video. Please like and subscribe to the video. And I'll see you next time, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.